Hey guys, I just wanted to make a very short video regarding some of the events that took place today, and it's just more provocations. That's all, nothing major. And as usual, provocations that are covert and seems so crazy. No sane person would do these things. So that, they seem so crazy that when we talk about what's happening, we seem crazy, right? No one's going to believe us, but we'll be discredited, and that's the point. That's the same thing that happened during in East Germany during the Stasi. That's what the Stasi did. They waged these insane attacks called Zersetzung, right? It was psychological warfare, but to the point where when their victims tried to complain, they weren't believed and they were locked in mental institutions. So the same damn thing is happening again. Who's doing it? Well, that's to be debated. Anyway, in order to understand the events of today, we have to move back. But first, let me tell you a brief history of me. I am not a germaphobe, but I don't like germs. Okay, I don't get crazy about it, but I don't like germs. Okay, that said, a while back, and I don't remember how long ago it was. I'm terrible with times and dates, but it was a while back. Just as I was about to leave the apartment, I accidentally touched one of my own socks, and I thought it was kind of gross, so I had to go wash my hands again because germs, right? Okay, so I left the apartment, and then when I got downstairs, I saw this guy in a wheelchair, and I've seen him before. He seems nice, but he also makes the gestures and he makes certain comments, and he's in on it, but I don't believe that he's aware of what he's involved in because he seems too nice for that. It's a head trip. Okay, so he followed me. I had to make a few stops. This is a big building. I had to make a few stops downstairs. And then as I head out, he followed me out too. And then he kind of just sat there for a while, and I knew something was up. And then he brought it up. He asked me, and there were a lot of other people around, but he asked me to help take off one of his stockings. And I looked down, and his leg was very swollen. It was very swollen. It looked like he should probably be going to the ER, right? That's how bad it looked. And I was wondering why he didn't ask, one of the nurses or someone else who was around. But no, he asked me, so I did it. I took it off, and then afterwards, I couldn't go wash my hands again, obviously. So I went and used hand sanitizer. And again, this guy is nice, so it's not like I don't believe he has any intent but good intent. I think that he's just unaware of what he's involved in. But I do know that entire situation was a setup because I wanted clean hands, right? It's how it is. And there was no place to wash my hands after that. Okay, fast forward to today. I had to do laundry. I went up to the laundry room, and there's a woman sitting in there on her cell phone. And as I went in, I noticed that all of the washers were full, but they were off. They were full and they were off. So I peeked into one, and it just wet, clean clothes. They were done. So I went out and I asked the woman, are these your clothes? She said no, and she said, well, oh, just go take them out. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to touch someone else's clothing just because I'm so used to being set up for things and entrapped and having things blamed on me. I'm not going to do that. Okay, I left, and there are a bunch of different laundry areas in the building. So I left, and I went to another. Well, first I was going to wait for the elevator, and I waited maybe 20 minutes, and it didn't come. So just as I started walking back to the laundry room, the elevator came. Okay, I got in, and there was that guy, right? The guy from all those weeks ago with the leg problem. Okay, there he was, and smiling, nice as usual. Fine. Get out of the elevator. Go to the next laundry area, and as soon as I walk in, there's one washer available, and guess what's in the washer? One of those nylon, what is it called? I don't even remember what it's called. Those compression stockings or something, right? The same thing from months ago that was there. So, and the thing is, I thought about it when I saw him in the elevator, and I remembered it, And so I was thinking about that as I walked into the laundry room. And then I walk into the laundry room, there's one washer available, and there's a compression stocking. This is just what they do. It's to remind you that they're there and that they're screwing with you. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't really, tell anyone and expect them to take you seriously. And I don't expect to be taken seriously now. I'm just hoping that at some point, if this sick crime ever comes out, my story will be part of that. Psychological warfare is the worst thing that anyone can do. It's the worst type of warfare that can be waged because it's not meant to just destroy someone physically. It's meant to drive them crazy, to destroy them psychologically, emotionally, okay, even spiritually when the targets break down, right? Because if you think about what's happening, I mean, what I described today is nothing. It was just a minor provocation. No real physical harm came, right? I wasn't in any physical danger today. It was just a provocation to remind me that they're there. They're still screwing with me. But if you think of the extreme trauma and terror and even physical harm that comes to the targets, and you realize what the targets are being put through, and then you begin to the targets begin to realize there's no way they can stop this physically without becoming, a monster themselves, worse than those who hunt them. So, it's it destroys on every level. And I think the only thing we can do now is talk about it and put the information out there. That's the best we can do. That's all I can do. So I'm doing it. All right. Anyway, so I do my laundry, and as I'm walking out of the laundry room, I finish. The same woman from the other laundry area, right? She walks in and she's on her cell phone, grinning and snickering and looking back at me. That's how it goes. Okay. All right. So I wait for the elevator for a little while. I get into the elevator, and there's a few people get in, and one of the women had a New Orleans shirt. Now, the night before, I was looking online at Mardi Gras, videos on YouTube from Mardi Gras in New Orleans and that area. And, I was thinking, because I had wanted to go there for a while, and I was thinking, oh, wow, I really want to go there. And obviously I'm not going to go there now, or maybe probably ever. But she gets in and she's got the New Orleans shirt on. And of course, I didn't look at it right away, so someone had to mention it. Oh, nice New Orleans shirt. Right. So they're going to get my attention no matter what. Right? They've got to get my attention. They've got to get that provocation. I don't know if they're getting paid. I mean, do they get an extra cookie if they get a reaction out of their targets? How does it work? Anyway, so then the woman starts talking about how she starts looking on her, and she starts talking about how she lost her purse. I'm thinking, oh no. Anytime a woman does that, I panic, because I'm used to having people try to set me up. Well, when you're constantly blamed for things, and when you're constantly set up, and you know that you never get a defense, you're going to panic every time someone makes an accusation, even if it's not against you, right? Every time they say something has happened to them, or they've lost something, or you're going to panic. And then, of course, these people are so stupid. They don't understand that a person who is continuously falsely accused of things is always going to look guilty, because he or she is going to panic every time someone is claiming to have, something happened, right? They don't understand this, so they take it as guilt. So I was calm. I didn't show any sign of panic, even though my heart started to race. Luckily, she had come into the elevator, and right away, when she wasn't even by me, she said she couldn't find her purse. So she wasn't even by me. So it's not like, and she started that before she got close to me. So, I'm thinking, phew, hey, just stay away from me. And I stayed all the way at the end of the elevator. Or at least I tried to. She was kind of in the middle. So I stayed as far away from her as I could. Anyway, this is how it works. It's constant stress from the moment you wake up in the morning to the moment you fall asleep at night. And even when you're sleeping at night, right? They're still calling occasionally in the middle of the night, those one-ring calls. They're still having people come by, bang on our door, and run off. And they run actually into the stairwell. I can hear it. I can, I hear them pound, and then I hear the stairwell door open and slam closed. They're still doing that. It's crazy. They're still following me around with cameras and shit. Just another day in the life of a targeted individual. Peace.